Welcome back to Stationeers. Going to head back to Venus here and hopefully work on the problem that I was having of constantly dying. So, which essentially means that I need more cooling. That's what it all boils down to. More cooling so I can get my water faster, stop drying of thirst, and get my plants going. So, looks like we have a limited amount of time left here, and hey, Tuver, yeah, mini rocket that, ooh, it's about destroyed. Yeah, I'm gonna eat a mostly rotten potato. Yeah, mini rocket would get me up there. Where the heck? Oh, it's in my pocket. There we go. So I came in here probably for a reason, or maybe just because it was the end of the stream. It's entirely possible. Chevy there. The singing pipes, which if I remember right are from the furnace. So, rubbish. Okay, drink. I'm not going to worry about mood. Power is a problem too. But let's see, pollutant. Actually, just faster to go here and then here. So pollutant. Actually. Okay. With enough pressure, we can liquefy it. Yeah, make it more sensible for me in this situation. So, okay, 152. So I have to get that down pretty significantly. $465. Probably need 2 air conditioners before I can make use of this. Water actually works better at higher temperatures. Actually has a far... If I'm reading it right, you can almost do it at atmospheric levels on Venus. Oh, that's not going to take long to die at all. So I guess I should just check the stuff on the ground. Stand in the corner. Accept fate. Yeah. Yeah, because water max liquid temperature is 370. Yeah. Yeah, so technically at its storm temperatures, you could actually pull it off. One thing that I want to try, and I'm not going to do it on this, well, maybe I'll do it later after I'm better off, is to kind of do like a Joule Thompson cooler where it's multiple different refrigerants. See if it will work just across the range. So... yeah, in the darkness. I'm going to turn you on real quick so I can see. There's that, there's that, there's that. Okay, turn that back off. Wish I would just keep it up there. Oh, that's not what I want up there. Okay. Well, I guess my jumpsuit is stuck up there because I can't grab it. Yeah. Now, not exactly sure how the Stirling works as far as if I wanted to use like atmospheric pressures. Wait a minute. I feel like I missed a step here. Set outward. No? Okay. I must have pulled a lot of oxygen out of here. Which is okay. That's fine. I guess we can turn this on for now. I do want to keep that in mind. Okay, so how do I want to do pollutant? Now I got pollutant outside. Oh, that's a problem. That's actually a rather large problem too. So I have a tank of pollutant out there, but I need to bring it in. And I don't think a canister is going to be big enough. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, one of those portable canisters. Okay, that's a fairly okay. I could use my oxygen canister actually. That'll work. That'll work. Okay. So if I wanted to test out the idea of that Stirling, what I could do, because I have a Stirling hooked up, I could do an active vent into the inlet of the Stirling and see how that goes. That is hot. That is cool. We'll do that. Swap that out. Now, what do we have left in the waste gas pipe? Whoop. Not much. We're down quite a bit. It's mostly pollutant, like 95% pollutant. Okay, so I got some mining charges. I don't have enough oxygen to have a full mining adventure. Okay. Alright, so kind of waiting on a little bit of power. Make sure nothing's down here. Got some cables that fell. Okay. Alright, so that's the heat exchange. Okay. So I need power so I can actually do some stuff. So power, still a big concern. Yeah. Yeah, basically waiting on power. Great. But we can light things up. There we go. Okay. This is my... Yeah, so that's my O2 filter. I can actually bring this up a little bit at a time. I don't want to take the temperature too high in there. But what I want to do is make sure that the greenhouse has adequate carbon dioxide at all times, and I can pull some oxygen out. I do want to put some logic chips into, I guess it'd be particularly this guy. so that I pull oxygen at a certain level, and then keep the pressure regulator going here just to keep the pressure in there, and that's going to be carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Yeah, so we've got a bazillion moles worth of carbon dioxide. Of course, albeit hot, I really need to cool it down. But one thing at a time. Little bit of pollutant. Which actually probably be a good idea to pull that out, but you know, only so much you can do. 311, what do I gotta say? 323. So this is coming up to 40 degrees. I think it'll be alright. I think it'll be alright as long as I can get some power. Alright, that's not quite where that's still also hotter than I want to breathe. I don't have power for that. So that's where having some charcoal would come in handy. Do I have any glass sheets? I do have some duct tape. Duct tape in there, unfortunately. That's not too helpful at the moment. Yeah. Oh, I got some air in here. Oh, I still have that on. Okay. Oh. I have an active vent laying out there. Do I have any extra pipe just kind of hanging? I mean, technically speaking, yes. Oh, geez, I got pipe in my hand. What am I doing? Okay. This is now breathable. So I will go ahead and turn that off. Put that there. There we go. I'm going to take that with me just so I have that. Okay. I feel like I should focus my attention on getting a little bit of coal. Give me that. And find some coal. Love to make the glasses, but Is that coal? There's some coal right here, some coal right here. Alright, grab this. Okay. Okay. Just gotta wait for the atmospheric pressures to settle down. Which this is the hardest part about this whole thing. Yeah, luckily it doesn't take too long. Yep, still got it. If I drop 3 at moderate distance away from each other, usually... Okay, the ores are not rumbling, so I think I'm safe. Well, golden coal. Okay. There's that. But yeah, 3 mining charges usually is enough to let it settle down. So there we go. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. happy with that. Woo! Sailing down that hill. But that saves me a lot of grief, actually. So, oh crap! All right. So first things first, I'm gonna chuck you right there, and then what I want to do is let's do it this way. Do I have a spare insulated pipe floating around? Not really. Not really. Okay. But what I was thinking, I'll do it this way. I'll just grab that.
Waste tank caution.
Waste tank caution. Yep, okay. Do this and do this and do this. Okay. This is something I want to test.
Air tank low.
Although I want to think about that because of where that's going to go. So I probably should have some kind of vent on the other side. So change that out. Okay. Yeah, because I don't necessarily want to have the particular problem that I've got right now, which is high pressure pipes being even more high pressure. Figure out how many ores is each to get the brutal start for making volatiles. Okay. Cerulean doesn't start with a volatiles tank. Okay, that I guess. Yeah, I would suppose that would be a real big problem. Because if you're using it to cool your suit, that could be a problem. I'm assuming it works in the same way. Huh. Yeah, I'm not even sure how you would pull that off. It would be a very big challenge for sure. All right, do this. 330. Let's pull you. Check you. Temperature going out of control, which is why that's off. Okay, I do need more. You know what? Yeah, I have a hard time believing that there's nobody out there. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine it's... There we go. Nebula nuggets. Okay, that's... I'm not interested. I don't need my nuggets to be nebulized. Huh. Fascinating. It just doesn't move. There we go. Okay, so speaking of insulated pipe, which needs steel, where's the steel?
Hydration critical.
That's silver. Am I out of steel? Or is it in the autolathe? Oh, am I out of steel? I may have been trying to make steel. Oop, oop. Okay. Yeah, okay. I might have been trying to make steel. Yep. I think I've got an O2. We're gonna find out. Because I think this has got my... Yeah. I just gotta get this up to there, and boom, got it. Turn that on, open that up. Do that, do that. There we go. Got my steel.
Air tank low.
Yeah. Getting the plants to recycle, yeah, getting that. Actually, my problem now is I have more than enough volatiles. I just don't have enough oxygen, so that's one of the next steps I've got to work on. Start this up. Oh, I left that on. That's good. Okay. I need more power. Did I make another one of those turbines or just one? I think I just made one. The other thing I want to do is get a portable gas connector. Probably put a regular regulator on stuff so I don't blow things up. I need to consider my oxygen tank over here. This. I need to consider this. That's good. That is one full tank of oxygen, so I am low on oxygen. So I feel that I do need to... It's only been 2 minutes. I need to get more oxygen. I've got quite a bit in there, but I don't want to overload the heating. $2.99. All right, we're good. Yeah, so I could pull this down to... I think that's safe. I might be able to take it a little bit further too, but I don't want to overload it with heat. That's the problem. Maybe I should write some code for that, actually. I should write some code for that. Okay, that should be enough of those. Portables connector. And then do I want to do an active vent out? My Stirling. Well, this pipe is low pressure for now. That might be okay. Throw that there, throw that there. Turn you off. Spit you out. Okay. Oh, that's promising. Sweet! I literally basically only have pollutant left in there. Cool. Excellent. That is great. This is concerning, but awesome. Okay. Yeah. I just need an IC10. That's what I need. Oh! Gold, steel, electrum solder. I just had an epiphany. Not necessarily an epiphany, so to speak, but a realization. Maybe that's a better word. Yes, a realization. I put my cleanup chip in here somewhere. I think right here. Yeah. So I auto shut off all my stuff. There we go. So I do have some power saving now. IC10. Gold. I don't have enough gold. Well, hey, guess what? Start you up and make some gold. So when I return the sterling, will be more about cooling than power generator. Yes. Yeah, cool CO2 is definitely a desirable thing. So, is that, what do I need? I need 2 more. Yeah, 2 more. See if that's enough. Oh. I didn't, okay. I did not realize that I had charcoal in there. Okay. Well, I should check this. That temperature is too high. Right. Okay. I've got a full tank on me. That's got a fair amount. Let's do some cooling. Cooling of the water. Ooh, significantly. And my volatiles. So again, it's not the best setup because it is anchored to my oxygen. There we go. There's the rest of the volatiles. God, I hope that's cleared out of here. Okay. Very insignificant amount of volatile or oxygen. Oh crap. Nope. Stop. Ah. What? Okay. Alright, fine. That's why the volatiles are going up. I can live with that. So I got more biomass going in. So this is supposed to be filtering it out. I guess the pressure is high. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you. The pressure's high. Where's the O2 coming from, though? Oh, I see. I'm pulling out more volatiles. That's why the percentage is going up. And the carbon dioxide. Okay, yep. All right, that's making sense. I gotta watch that temperature, though. The pollutant's gonna start. Between the temperature and the pressure, I'm gonna start condensing the pollutant, and that's not necessarily the most desirable thing at this point, although that does give me the idea of I could filter the pollutant right out of here. Are you still... Oh, wow. Okay. I gotta wait for the volatiles to sort out of there. Ooh, wait a minute. Gosh. Again, another ooh. Okay, 9. We're all right on pressure. So I have adequate volatiles now. I just need to work on my oxygen. My oxygen problem. How much charcoal? I need the gold. Let's turn you off because you're not doing anything. You're active idle, active idle, active idle. Where's the oxygen coming from? I don't know where the oxygen's coming from. That part confuses me. Oh, are we making gold now? That's where the oxygen's coming from. Gotcha. Okay, I see 10. There we go. One. Looks like I'm going to need to make some electrum soon, which is easy enough. I got enough to make a full stack. And I probably don't have to do anything other than just shove it in the furnace. So, should I worry about the oxygen here? So that's about 1 tank. Oh, maybe. Wait. Multiply this by 6. 120? 120 moles? Okay, so that's actually over a tank. Alright, can deal with that. Hey, Tuver, have a good time. Thanks for stopping in. And good luck on your next venture there. Okay, so I want to slap this in here. Okay. Prom, import. Okay, so we're going to have alias D room sensor, that's going to be D0. And then define max temp. I'm going to make this 313.
Hunger caution.
Let's see. Set batch device hash is going to be pipe analyzer. Okay. Yield J main. So we're going to load okay, so I always do that. Branch relative device not set. Does that work? Oh my goodness, it does. We'll just sit there. Very nice. And then load into R15. I mean, if I got it here. Name hash? No, not name hash. Prefab hash. Branch not equal. Branch relative not equal and go -1. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, let's go up 2 just in case you unset it. That makes sense to me. Then otherwise fall down into main, and then the idea here is going to be load into R15 is going to be room sensor temperature. Okay. R14 room sensor pressure. Load R13 room sensor ratio oxygen. I think that makes sense to me. Minimum oxygen ratio.
Health critical.
Health critical. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this off for now. Make sure that's off. How are we doing on the other stuff? That's good. Still sucking out volatiles, which is good before I can do my good old how are we doing over here? 304.62, that's good. Let's go ahead and run this just a little bit. Okay, I think that's sufficient. If I'm staying inside, this is probably okay. I got a little bit here. 108, 107, 108, 107. Okay, so I'm not making any more steam, so this is good. We're losing a lot of temperature here. That's good. All right, I think for the moment I'll do this. Hey, Mr. Ray Ray, how are you this fine evening? Okay, boom. Okay, it is a little toasty in here. Not too bad. Not too bad. So go ahead and throw that in. So I have you and you. We'll be dying again in here. That's rotten food. Oh, that was ferns. That's fine. I need to pack this with me when I go. Okay. I think for the moment I can leave the plants as is. I don't need them. It's too bad you can't grow people. Yeah, excellent. That's that's good. I find myself in the same conundrum a lot as trying to figure out what I want to play. Particularly, I used to do a Friday and Saturday stream with some friends, but as stuff happens, life gets busy and all this. Summer happened, somebody got a new job, whatever. So I haven't actually done that in a while, but I've been wanting to, just trying to find something that will be interesting, and I don't want to oversaturate everything with Stationeers. Especially since I'm not the greatest with it. So let's see if I can limit the amount of deaths I have. I did real good originally with my Brutal. I think I made it all the way up to like day 42 before I started dying of thirst. Maybe even further, I forget. But having
critical.
it boils down to a cooling problem. Cooling problem, then a power problem. And if I'm not careful, I'm going to have an oxygen problem too, because I definitely do not have enough plants to support my respiration. Alright. Let's trip over the pipe and die. Trip over the pipe and die. Yeah, okay. I hate that I have resorted to respawning in my greenhouse, but as I have said many times, it's my 8th attempt, I'm sick of it. Yes, so the the clone printer. The clone printer will be struggling to keep up, but that's what I want to work on today, is trying to get that down. So we're up to 42. And I'm... Ooh, actually, yeah, that's a good point. I need to make sure that I'm not overloading the heating or cooling circuit again. I turn this off, right? Good. Good. And this is coming down. Okay. The problem that I have is my oxygen and my greenhouse both dump into the same loop here. And its target is 110, so it's 70 degrees above target. And that's not exactly ideal. There's actually a lot of pollutant in that, and I'm not too thrilled about that. Are the volatiles out of here? No, the volatiles are not out of here. But I also do not have power. Well, let's see. I've got enough oxygen that I can run out there and throw a stack of charcoal in. Singing pipes. Ugh. Okay, we have power going to that. Stirling engine. Okay. I could try this out a little bit. I need to turn this thing off. I can't play too much. So inward. That's no good. Because the batteries are sucking up all the power. Okay, well, I guess I'm not testing that out right now. Let's check. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Alright. Used up a lot of oxygen, but now I have sucking out the volatiles so I can make my... let's see, I made the IC10. Oh, I was going to program this. I guess now's a good chance. So my thought here is for my sucking oxygen out of the greenhouse. It's actually set to 25 degrees, so let's set this to 3. If it's set to 3 to this, let's set it here. It's 27 degrees, so if it goes above 27 degrees, I'm going to stop pulling oxygen. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I wanted to do the save game, I guess not the editor, the converter for this, but I have too many open to atmosphere squares. So if I want to convert this over to the new terrain update, I'm going to have to seal my base in and then put it up above ground and put some ladders and stuff, which won't be too terrible, but it's a lot of work for where I am. So Okay, so first off, temperature, branch greater than. So if R15 is greater than max temp, then we're going to turn disable filtration. Okay, with room sensor pressure, branch less than. R14, if it is below minimum pressure, we are going to jump to disable filtration. And oxygen ratio, branch less than R13, min oxygen ratio, disable filtration. And if by the end here we are still there, we will, whatever. So filtration, what's the modes? Mode 0 is idle. Okay, that's what I thought. So we're going to set dB logic type of mode 0 for disabling it, dB mode 1 for enabling it. Essentially is what it's going to be. And we don't even need to do this. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought about playing around with it, but I think I'd have to do some like creative mode stuff, and since I'm mole man. Okay, so if I am understanding this correctly, I should be able to throw this in, and this will pull out oxygen.
Power low.
Only when the temperature is low enough and the partial pressure is high enough.
Air tank low.
I am going to err on the side of caution here, because I can't remember if these ratios are listed as percentages or fractions, so I'm going to say 35%. This may never occur. You know what? No, I don't think I can do that. We'll do this. And idle, because the temperature is too high, and the yeah, that should be it. That should be it. Okay, this is a good temperature. Quite frankly, I almost want to take this a little bit lower. You say you're active. Ah, okay. Alright, still have some volatiles. Power low. I'm not too worried about that power, although I do need to swap out my suit light, or my one light. AC10. Okay. Do I have enough for the big turbine? That is a yes. I do have enough for the big turbine, and this is the last of my electrum. Okay. So, that's good. Going to trying to figure out how I want to do this. I'm going to put this here. Alright. So this is going to be for my pollutant loop. Pollutant cooling loop. Alright. Down. Okay. I think it would make sense to put a check valve at the very least in there. You can get the counterflow, but I wonder if I could actually put a couple of direct heat exchangers there, if that would work. The same as a counterflow. I may consider doing that. So I'm going to put a... I might even make that a volume pump, to be perfectly honest. Because... yeah. Volume pump. Copper and gold. You're going to have it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Copper and gold. Copper and gold. There we go. Give me a volume pump so I can pull what I need out of there. Regular, old-fashioned cabling will be good. Yeah, that'll be fine. Anything else? Yeah, okay. Let's purge that out of there. Copper's what I need. Put it in there. Cable. 60 cable. Probably fine with that.
Air tank critical.
Alright, I guess I better deal with that. Okay, you are breathable. Right? 3... No, that is way too hot, actually. Very close. Okay, we're getting really close. That is good enough to breathe, but I'm going to milk it as much as I can. Okay. There we go. And turn you off. Alright. Turn you on. And we're going to switch you around. Okay. Oh, hello, cable. The snake monster. Oh, wow. Exploding everywhere. Okay. Should actually be about done. Hey, right on cue. And check and see if anything fell down here. Oh, one lonely cable. Alright. So my thought here, I'm gonna do this straight across. I don't really need the data port on these usually. Okay, and then we're gonna come out. Perfect. That is exactly how I was hoping that would line up. I wish there was a mirrored version of the volume pump. It makes so many easier designs. But there we go. Now I can attach a tank, pull oxygen or pollutant out. Let's set the pollutant. I want something that can remain gaseous. Nitrogen and oxygen would be a good one, as long as I stay basically above freezing. Carbon dioxide will work.
Hydration critical.
Yeah, okay. So I will use carbon dioxide for the cooling gas, or well, not the loop itself. But I want to see if this is idle, if I've made a difference whatsoever in. Okay. I got to look at the code on that. My thought here. It's got to be above 50, below 300, and 35 is the that ratio. So we are looking at, it's below 300, it's above 50, it should be pulling. So that does tell me that the ratio is a percentage. Just kind of what I thought it was going to be, but I wanted to make sure. Because you never know when something stupid will happen in the neighborhood. Active. Okay, so this should go down to till it's 300 degrees. And then stop, or 50 kPa. Okay, it stopped pulling. That's good. Temperature's going up. So temperature isn't valid. I just hope that 35% is enough. At 50 kPa, that's actually not enough. Right, 50 kPa needs to be like 50%. So I'm going to leave that at 50%. Okay, proof of concept, it works. Let's go 50. 0.5. There we go. I think I can be safe with that. That guarantees I've got a minimum of 25 kPa of oxygen. I think that'll be good. And then the pressure regulator there. Although the temperature is climbing on that. But theoretically, I can now pull oxygen out at a regulated pace, as long as I don't cook. And then you don't have a chip. I don't have enough electrum, right? Oh, I don't have enough power. That's okay. We do have the volatiles are sucked out of there. That's good. All right, so we're getting there. Slowly. Slowly. So, let's go trade that out, pull that in. What's our temperature here? Ooh, we got quite a bit of oxygen there, and I'm happy with that. That's still above what I want to breathe. Okay. So I still have some more coal. Okay, I can throw some coal in. Okay, here's my thoughts here. Take this with me, and I will slap it down outside, because that's where it needs to be for my plan. This should be good enough. That'll bring in that. Okay. Alright, that should be okay. Do this. Go outside. I can throw some coal into the generator. I only think I need half of it. Okay, this is not going... You know what? Just throw the charcoal in there. And then I want to see... 4.5. Okay, that's good. Okay, kind of sucks, but...
Air tank low.
Gotta go. Gotta go. If I have to, I can blow this door, which I don't think I will need to. Okay. Alright. Excellent. Swap that out. You should still say pretty cool. Temperature is going up, but that's okay. Switch this out just so I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Very good. Okay, on no oxygen, all CO2, or actually all pollutant is what that is. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn that off. Already out of the charcoal, which is kind of funny if you think about it. Now I got oxygen, so there's that. What are we doing over here? Looks like we did another round of pulling oxygen out, as we're down to 68%, so it should go down to 50. 16% of carbon dioxide, so that's good. All right, let's go check the trader. Actually, let's go swap out the light in the portable light so I can see. Turn that on, see what we got. Void vending, that is, if I'm not mistaken, convenience store. So not exactly what I want.
Health low.
Yeah, health low. And it's gonna be low. Alright, we're slowly getting to it's kind of funny. You're losing, you're gaining. So there's zero gain in between this. Okay, while we are unloading the greenhouse, I don't necessarily want to go back to there. I could dump a little bit of heat into the oxygen though. Oh, stop filling, because that would be kind of bad. There we are. Dump a bunch of bunch of heat. There we go. Moving a kilojoule of energy, 1.5. Okay, we will shut that off. Because this is going to go high. Actually, not too terribly high. I just don't want this running away. That's my big concern, is running away and killing the plants. Killing my oxygen production. So there's a couple ways I can go about this. I could do another filtration device, and I mean, this pipe's already here, so the heck. Maybe that's worth that. But I do have the pollutant outside. So I do have this. Let's... Okay. Can't... Okay. That is going to be an issue. No. Okay. Can I get just barely close enough? There we go. Let me do that. There. That'll get me where I need to be. Okay. So with that, maybe it would make sense to actually put the loading line over here. Yeah, maybe that would make sense. There we go. Look at that. Figure out where that needs to go, but then this comes down here. There we go. And we'll have a filtration device over here. That'll work. Okay. And we can have a directional one-way check valve, powered check valve. Okay, so filtration device. Gonna need that, and copper, which I don't have any copper. So that's gonna have to go into the queue when I have power. Yep. So split half. Oh, there's a storm. Cool. I don't have to go outside. All right. Cool. Excellent. Power for days.
Hunger caution.
So that being said, okay, there we go. There's iron. We will turn you on. Turn you on. Got that. So filtration, need copper. Yeah, need copper. That's gonna be a little bit of a wait. I would like to do an AC10 for the other filter. This, wait. Oh, yeah, because I pulled out all the pollutant, and that's in the outside tank. Yes. Counterflow heat exchanger is what I would use. Problem I got is I don't. Oops. I don't have the infar, and I don't really have the facilities to make it. If my gas is hot enough, I might be able to eke it out, but that's a problem. I don't have my advanced furnace in there yet. All right. We still, what do we, I think we're making gold. Oh, you kidding me? You're kidding me. All right. Turn you off. That's running, that's empty. Let's pull this out. That's one thing I don't like about this. If it loses power, it turns that darn thing off. Which didn't. When you're first beginning in the game, that makes sense, but when you're experienced, you already know you got a power problem. So that doesn't do any good. So I've been waiting for it to make something and it's not doing it. Excellent. My favorite. Okay, well that does mean that I can turn this on. Void vending. Nope. Still not interested. I'm okay with a gas trader. Gas trader would be fine. Why did I do that? 58, so I pulled out some more pressure, so temperature's there, and climbing, good, okay. Oh, pulled more, alright. Okay, we're doing good. And actually there's enough cooling going on, I might be able to get away with cracking this open. Yes. Yes, better power grid, that's all we need. And quite frankly, yes, that is a big part of what's going on here. But I did put a wind turbine in, or printed one off anyway. Okay, so copper. Copper's next. I got enough gold. Now let's shove it in here.
Health critical.
Health critical. Yep, we're gonna die again because of thirst. But what I want to see is brain fart atmospherics kit. All right, so copper. Need copper. I'll just shut you off to be. And you're idle-ish. Oh yeah, making gold. Then we got, it's actually doing a fair good job of holding the temperature down. Let's take a look at the greenhouse temp over here. 306. That's not too bad. Alright, let's go inside. I want to check before I die that I can actually survive that temperature. Let's crack that off. Not that temperature, that pressure. That pressure worth of oxygen. Okay. No. No, don't do that. That would be bad. Okay, so. Helmet off. Okay, not struggling yet. Which is good. That is very good. Very, very, very good. Whoa! It's a very energetic jetpack. Okay. So once the water's cool enough, we'll be good. Alright. Hopefully this is about the end of the death. So I'm getting sick of it. Let's throw that out there. And the thing is, I could probably ride out the power from the storms a little bit longer with more batteries. And that's, I think mostly what that is just out of curiosity. What does this take? stellite. Now that's a problem. I don't have the temperature. Pressures. Actually, I may be able to. Maybe I'll pull that off if I make a large enough batch. I might. 1 silver, 1 cobalt. Actually, it's 2 silver, 2 cobalt. To 1 silicon. Because 4 units would be 1 unit of silver, 1 unit cobalt, and that would get you. You would need 2 units of silicon. Yes, 2 to 1. So with enough silver and cobalt,
Hunger critical.
might be good. Yeah, you could say this is like first person, oxygen not included. Which, at the current time, is on sale for those that haven't picked it up. It's actually a 66% discount, so not bad. I did put it on my list, and I may grab it. Oh no, I fell forward. I almost banged my face onto the plants. Oh, okay. You are dead. Thank you for reminding me. I didn't know. Okay. So, suit,
Power low.
belt, helmet, jumpsuit. Throw that in there. Jetpack. Okay. There we are. 3, 5. Pop that out. Close that because I don't need it. Pull this over here. Alright. I got my kit and caboodle. Throw my body over there. Alright. We're in good shape. Should be pulling more oxygen out of here. So the next thing I need to do is get a seed trader with switchgrass. Storm's over. Void vending. We're still on that. We've got the copper for my atmospherics kit. Filter, carbon dioxide. I need a couple. Oh. Do I have any more iron laying around? Technically speaking, yes. Right there. Got 5. 4. I need to drop the steel on the ground so I stop carrying it around. There we go. 5. Oh yeah, that's right. It was 5. Okay. So first things first, filter for the pollutant. And then there's also a filter that was kind of low that I need to make sure it's oxygen. That's at 21. 50, that's fine. 12, that's a little low. Maybe I'll put mine over there. Oh, steam. Yeah, okay. You're empty. I don't have enough for an oxygen filter. Didn't I make a pollutant filter? Huh. Am I losing my marbles? Could have swore that I made a Oh, okay. I guess here's what we'll do. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Let's do that. Losing me marbles. Okay, and then this will circle back. Not going to be enough. I need literally 2 more pipes for this and a regular, two regular pipes. Okay, well, I can do that because I have enough iron for that. I do need to make more iron though. So pipe, kick that up, start it out, turn you on, open you up. Yeah, okay, so I've got silver out the wazoo. So that's not going to be a problem. I even got silver there. I need to make some electrum. What I should do is actually, if I don't want to pull the oxygen out, I'll turn that off. And I'm not doing anything with anything else, so. Volatile, steam, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. Alright, so yeah, so I'm not going to be pulling from anywhere else. But I just need to make sure I don't pull the oxygen out. Oh, there we go. Glass sheets. Okay. That's to repair the solar panel that I'm going to need to when I go outside. 311, okay. There we go. That cleanup script is working great because I could walk away and not worry about it. That worked great. Okay, volatile filter. Not a volatile filter. I need a pollutant filter. Need a pollutant filter. Need an oxygen filter. And probably wouldn't be bad to have a couple of carbon dioxide filters. Not nitrogen, carbon dioxide. Okay, there we go. Alright, so this is going to go with me down here. Let's get this taken care of.
Air tank low.
There's that. I can't stuff it in there yet. You go there. So now that's started. That's data. I need the power. Yeah, we'll do it this way. That. Nope. It's not enough. Not enough room. So I need to go over here. Go straight through. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Roundy rounders. Do that. Now I can put the tank kit down. I can put the tank kit down and pull out of here if I really want to, which I will probably need to do. I need to get power over here. Heavy cables, power. Let's see. How are you doing? Got a whole mix of things in there, I see. That's alright. Let's take a look at the trader while we're over here, because that is galactic gadgets. That's going to be tools and stuff. Tools and appliances. We don't necessarily need that. Oh, there's my pollutant filter. Well, now I got 2 of them. How about that? Okay. Carbon dioxide and oxygen. Oxygen needs to come over here. Carbon dioxide, go in my suit. And then another carbon dioxide, which actually I think was for over here, yeah. Which that's another thing is I gotta keep an eye on that, because that could become a problem. But this is seemingly working pretty well. Am I still cooling the water? I think the water's still hot over there, but it's cooled down quite a bit over here. It is drinkable, so wow, and I've actually got quite a bit of water. Speaking of which, I'm gonna, yeah, I guess next time we'll crack that open. Very, very awesome. IC10, okay. So cobalt, I need a bunch of cobalt. Bunch of cobalt, so I gotta see if I can figure that out. So we're still dumping a lot of heat into the oxygen, which is a problem. For that, 312 is 39 degrees. I can breathe that. Do I want to run outside, throw some coal in? Repair the kit, put some stuff out? Yeah. That is an excellent point. This is what Moria would look like if the dwarves made it to space. Yes, exactly. This is what it would look like. Maybe a little bit more spread out, because if I remember right, they're a little bit more elegant than I am. But yes, definitely got the same vibe going on. Okay, so the plan for this is to run outside, repair the solar panel. Maybe throw up. Oh, I don't have a spot for the turbine. Okay. Whoa! Solar panels up there. That's actually pretty darn beat up. Do this. Oh, I didn't bring the kit out. Okay, so that's 100% health now. You're hooked up, ready to go. I just need a... Okay. Go ahead and turn you off. Turn you off. And I might get rid of that altogether. I can take that volume pump, but I could put it right here, actually. Right here. Gonna be a little tricky, but I can do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Nope, not right there. Right there. Okay. It's not going to be the most elegant solution, but it will work. Okay. So the idea is I'll take that tank up to relatively large pressures. I could, oh yeah. Now that I got some excess pressure. Darn you. Okay.
Waste tank caution.
It really needs to be on an APC. I thought you were. Wait a minute. Oh. I got you plugged into the wrong place. That would make an incredible difference. Okay, waste tank caution, gotta remember that. Yeah, there we go. Stare at the hole. Come on. There we go. Need to change my tank out here soon. There we go. Let's do that. Okay, we're pulling in. How we doing? That's gonna be a problem. Hey, 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 whoa, whoa. Wait a minute. What's going on? Hey, huh? Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I was thinking, is that the... Yeah, okay. That is exactly what I thought was going to happen if we tried that. Okay. Alright. Good to know that I'm not completely crazy.
Air tank low.
Yep, air tank low. I know, I'm on it. Okay. So, atmospheric, zero pressure or zero temperature differential on the input side. As would it be expected with a Stirling, it does not work. I know that for sure now. It wouldn't made sense that it would not have made sense if it would have worked. But we're good. We know. That's the important part. Okay, so that's what I would expect.
Hydration critical.
I could solve that problem now. So we're still cooling. We're still running a bit of heat into there, but that's okay. How are we doing in here? We're looking good. The oxygen is coming down. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen is going up. Excellent. We're almost there. We are almost there. Get the oxygen flowing. Okay. I'm thrilled. Oh, yeah. So let's swap out the canister, pull this in. Jeez. Okay. So this is pollutant, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. Okay. APC. And iron. Okay. No. What are you doing? Okay. I think something changed about that. Now, power controller probably would be a good idea to actually have. So maybe I'll throw this out. Yeah. So really a reason that I wouldn't make a couple of these. I'll make 3. And I don't know if I'll need a transformer realistically. Yes, well, I don't plan on overloading it, but it might make sense. Hey, welcome Raiders. Welcome to my little slice of heaven? Something like that. Hope your stream went well. Yep, something like that. paraphrasing. It works for me. Okay, so this is the...
Air tank critical.
Whoops. Okay, maybe I should solve that before I have a problem. 318, that's still breathable. Okay. What is the temperature here? 50 degrees. I'm almost okay with leaving that. 50... Yep, there we go. 359. Yeah. So... I'm almost to the point now. I'm feeling better about my situation. I did have a period of dying and respawning. I got sick of restarting the whole game, but oh yeah, perfect. That'll work. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, it's a very, very steep learning curve, and it's a matter of trial and error. And if you don't blow something up, you're doing something wrong. At least that's how I feel. My first game, I completely did not guess on the amount of gas that would come out of ice. So I blew up my furnace and half of my base the very first game I played. And what was really cool about it is I was really close to being able to recover. I was like literally, oh goodness, 10 grams of iron away from actually being able to recover. I was kind of disappointed, but yeah. Yeah, I did, I think standard difficulty on Mars is what I did. And yeah, I completely killed myself. But alright, there we go. Let's pop that. I want to do that for... This is carbon dioxide and nitrogen? Yeah. Yeah, this guy. That's what I want to do. Oh, okay. Well, I would suggest that Mars would actually be a little bit easier, because the moon, you don't have an atmosphere, so you can't rely on wind power. Also, Mars has ice is available too, so you can get your oxides, you can get your water, you can get your volatiles. Does very good. Load R14. No, let's make it R13. One moment. Alrighty. Okay, so sorry about that. I had sign language being spoken to me, and I don't understand any of it. So, okay. So in this case, I'm monitoring That's not how you spell it. Nitrogen and carbon dioxide. The dioxide ratio input. Yep. Okay. Set greater than. I'm just gonna make stupid easy code.
Air tank low.
And I could reuse variables, but I'm not going to, just because. R14. Not and, or. There we go. So this should work. I just need some electrum, because I don't think that's enough for another chip. Okay, I see. Yeah, oh, that's a lot more electrum than I thought it was. I royally suck at first-person shooters. So, I played Satisfactory. I mean, I still have it, and I've kind of dinked around in it, but I had... The farthest I got was before they added the tier... I think it's tier 5, or after tier 4. I never got through tier 4.
Health low.
Okay, there wasn't a warning. Oh, air tank. Need to be concerned about the air tank. Oh, the oxygen's coming down in temperature, which means my water is way down. Good. I might go celebrate by drinking some water. And filling up some water bottles. I will also fill up a air tank so I don't suffocate. So let's do that. Got 2 water bottles in there. Let's do this. Open sesame. Okay. Singing pipes. Alright, good. Good. Okay, water bottles. Can't... Got stuff in... Yeah. I've died a couple times of dehydration. Luckily, I'm not going to do that anymore. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're down on... yeah, we're losing pressure. There we go. Okay, there we go. Happy plants. They will be extra happy. There we go. Nice drink of water. Probably haven't had one in about 20 days. Okay, that was just mean. Yes, I am going to need a large locker to fill up all my skulls with. Unfortunately, but the good news is I can actually... I can make some french fries if I wanted to celebrate. Oh, that's still sitting there. I can make use of that. Oh, yeah, that would be a good way to do it too. I've already got the cave dug. So, alright, so I'm going to go forward trying to survive. So yeah, so my biggest obstacle right now is I need switchgrass. Switchgrass out the wazoo. And once I do that... Yeah, once I do that, then we'll be in real good shape. Alright, have a good one. Glad everything went well. Thanks for the raid. And have a good night. Oops. There we go. Yeah. Point. Jeez, I'm having trouble here. 2 potatoes. 1 potato. 2 potatoes. 1 potato. I don't like those 1 potatoes too well. I only need 2 potatoes. Do that. Do I have more seeds? Yeah, there we go. Okay, got some seeds. Do I want to... 4 fern seeds? Don't really want to deal with that right now. Grab you, because I'm going to need... I can throw the duct tape. Okay. Good hygiene. Mood is increasing. Let's stick around for a bit. So, what do I got for oxygen concentration in here? I've got 60%. It's not going to go below... I forget what I have it set to. I think 50. Maybe I have it set to 60. Oh, I forget. That's great. That is okay. As long as I can breathe it, I'm happy. I do eventually want to bring the pressure up here. So, now that I've brought the temperature down, the oxygen back in, what I probably could do is see about boosting the... Yeah, boosting the overall pressure. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Okay, we are clean.
Air tank low.
Yeah,
Power low.
I know. I know, air tank low. So let's go adjust my pressure regulator. Gonna make some French fries though. Okay. French fries! Best served on the floor or something.
Hunger caution.
Okay. There we go. I think that should be... yeah, that'll be safe right there. So, French fries. There's that. Okay. Now, brain. That's the tough part here. I don't need any more pipes on my person at the moment, so I can get rid of the pipes. The area power controllers, I've got one down. I will just set the others over here. Wind turbine, because I need that and that for the wind turbine. And I think that's a matter of steel sheets and cables. Yes, okay. So I'm set on that. There's that. Now, heavy cable. Heavy cable. Gold and copper. Alright. And that's because I need to run it across the whole base. And I really need a stacker for that. So we're going to start here. This is where our main power cable is going to come. And this will be handy because that means I can get the greenhouse area power controller off of my main. Yeah, okay. Things are moving forward here. So that actually does create a bit of a wiring nightmare for me because, well, I can move that. I can put that next to the computer. That would make sense. Now how do I want to do this? Up the wall, pretend we're straight through the... Yeah, I will do the housekeeping later. For now, functionality is number one. Actually, number one is getting the... Whoa! Getting the switchgrass seeds. I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to look at the Stationpedia. If switchgrass offers an accelerated oxygen growth or production, or oh gosh, I'm surprised that didn't hurt me, to be completely honest.
Airtag critical.
Okay, don't scare me like that, jeez. Every time that light shuts off. Okay. Alright, let's stop there. Where was I? What was I thinking? What was I saying? Okay, full suit of air. Awesome. And you were looking excellent. I didn't even check. Okay, times 5, 200 mole. 200 mole. Okay, so I am low on oxygen. Switchgrass, that's what I wanted. Accelerated, oh, there we go. Cosmic Crush. Star Sippers. That sounds like a 5x5, and I'm pointing right at it. Star Sippers. It seems like a convenience store. And it's not Speedway. Convenience store of Speedway. Since it's that slow, I'm going to rotate all around. Yeah. Can I add to... Can I do it this way? Can I... Oh, okay. Couldn't remember if that was the case or not, if you had to do it this way. And then drop it. Star Sippers, 12 watts. That's a little bit better. I don't know if that's better or not. It's okay. 11 watts, so I went further away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's try going up first. Now that's a bigger jump anyway. So that was 12 watts. Doesn't feel like a lot better. 7 watts, so it's definitely down. And there may be some fine tuning with that, but much better. Okay. 19 watts, go right 2 degrees. Wow. Found them. Blow them out of the sky. Calm them down. Actually, I want to reset this back to 0 and set you back to 45 once you're there. Turn you off because you suck a lot of power. You're lined up, shut you off. Okay, I can go outside. I can spend some time outside. What I'm going to do here is... Can I just drop you down to stand on you? Yeah, there we go. Wait, I don't have to use my jetpack. I don't really like using my jetpack in here because I don't have a good atmosphere yet. There we go. There we go. So now you have power, you have power. We can make you, we can fill you up. No, we can't, because I don't have the insulated pipe that I need. I don't have the insulated pipe I need there. Silver. I need silicon. That much I do know. Steel, I think, is in here. Yeah, there's the steel. Alright, might as well dump everything. Okay. Insulated pipe. I need to get my ordering system online. 13 silicon. Well, there we go. That's exactly what I'm getting out of this. So let's go put up another wind turbine. See what you got. Okay, your liquids. I could deal with liquids because I could buy something and... Okay. Oh, actually, they don't want to buy anything. So, that's good. Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Hunger critical.
Alright, I'm going to keep you around here for a while because you're going to come in handy. You're going to save my beans. So, bad thing is I am limited on how many resources I have. Money, currencies. But that's okay. Alright, we got that. I wanted to... Yeah, let's drop this. Okay. Sheets. This. There we are. Boom, boom, boom. I need these. Stack it up. Put it away. And screwdriver. There we go. Okay, that's base load. Base load. Base load. Okay. Cobalt. That's another thing I need to be searching for. Okay, so we're good. Got that. Racing. Good. Okay. Crap, I don't have the... Yep, okay. Keep forgetting to bring the chest out. So how we doing? We are about out of
Power critical.
battery. Okay. Hey, just in time. Let's swap that out. We got 2 mining charges. Let's go get some cobalt. If I remember right, there's some cobalt over here. Maybe it's silver that I remember seeing. That's silver. That's nickel. Coal. Copper. Silicon. More copper. I swear I remember seeing some cobalt over this direction. Coal, gold, silver. Silver out the wazoo. I'm tired of silver. Gold, copper. I think that's gold. Okay.
Waste tank caution.
Yeah, I know. Waste tank caution. More silver. More gold. Huh. Is that cobalt? There's some cobalt. Okay. Okay, let's change out the tank here. I don't want to go too far. The idea, I want 2 full stacks of cobalt, ideally, and then I think I might be able to get away with making stellite. And then I should also make sure that I've got enough to do my... Okay. Alright. That's definitely not as much cobalt as I was hoping to find. Whoa, hey, turn off. Okay. That was kind of a bust, to be honest. That is definitely not how much that I was hoping to find. There is some in here, though. Okay. Go. Boom. All right. So the cobalt's not quite where I want it to be. All right. We're still sucking air in. Whoa. Are we good? I don't see any lines. Ores are relaxed. Alright. There we go. Some more cobalt. Not quite as much as I wanted. Yeah, story of my life. But, whoop, that's a hole. It's most I've used my jetpack in a fair while. Okay. Alright, so that's meaningless. We actually got a fair amount of power in there. So I will go ahead and split half Put that in there. And let's go. Okay, so we have a liquid trader. That'll come in handy for something. So water won't be a problem. Oxygen technically not a problem because I could use it for cooling actually. I might consider using it for cooling. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because I don't believe... Oh, it just... Yeah, so we've got mostly all this condensed. Don't really want to leave that on, but that's what's going to happen. Your good temperature. Okay, we're going to throw that in there. We're good there. Not going to worry about that. I should eat some food, drink some water. Okay, we got the APC over here. Oh, insulated pipe. And blammo. So now I can pull the pollutant out of this network that's not hooked up. So yeah. Woo! Fly. McFly. Whoa. Oh no, don't do that. God no. That would have been bad. Okay. Gotta do my little cheat again here. Walk the balancing act. There we go. Now there should be something in that pipe. Something in that pipe to pull out. Yep.
Health low.
There we go. Excellent. Okay. So now we can turn... No. Turn it on.
Hydration critical.
Doofus. Doofus. There we go. Okay, now, wrong hole. Wrong hole. There we go. So now I will pull out the pollutant from here, and we will throw it over here and into here. So, target evaporation. If I'm going to use carbon dioxide, I want to stay above its liquefaction point. So I got to stay above 8 degrees Celsius. So pollutant, -8 degrees. Oh, okay. So if I say 3200, right? Okay, 3200, yep, that's what we'll do. We will set this at 3200 so that I can't possibly freeze that. And then over here, what's the maximum side here? Yeah, 6K, whatever. I just set it at 5900. I think that's sufficient for what I want to do. There we go. Okay, this, I want to throw that, yeah. So doesn't have any more pollutant. It's all carbon dioxide, and at that low amount, I'm assuming that means that my filter needs to be changed over here. Why are you off? And yep, boom, boom. There we go. That means that pipe should come down to vacuum. Very good. Turn that on. Good. So I need... Okay. What do I need to do? Because before I do anything in my furnace, I probably should bleed off some of the pressure that's out there so it stops singing. I think I can safely disregard carbon dioxide coming out of the furnace. I think that's a good bet. Why won't it follow the last thing that was... I don't know. Oh, that's not enough copper for an atmospheric kit. I don't know if that's enough iron either. Let's take a look. I got one outside. I don't need. There we go. Filter carbon dioxide. That's what we need for outside, if we're going to blow it outside. There we go. The pieces are coming together. Okay, so we'll take this, we'll take it outside with us. We'll end up being 2 pollutant filters early, and that's fine. You can shut off because this is off. And yeah, it's 0 anyway. Okay. We don't need this and this anymore. Okay. That... Oh, wait a minute. That is the tank. I had the gas tank with me. Okay. Let me set this... Not in the airlock. I had a bad experience there. Right in front of the airlock. Okay. So I'll grab that atmospherics kit and I'll plug it in. I will need insulated pipes, and then let's go in here. I'm gonna throw that in the ground. Okay. Yay! Throw you in there. We've got food. Got yummy French fries. And I'm going to set it on top. Drink lots of water. Be super hydrated. Be super happy. That's reassuring. What's that telling me? Huh. Pulled all the water out, so this is the... It's going to be a while before we have water again. That's okay. I made sure that the plants had it, because that's kind of where I'm going with this. I do have enough volatiles. I do not have enough oxygen for the process of combusting. But I got to think about how I want to line that up, because I've got the liquids trader out there, which means that I have a very solid amount of cooling available if I do it right. Volatiles. volatiles could be fun. I could cool the volatiles as well. Alright. Okay, so we got a water problem again. Big surprise. I'm just waiting for hygiene to improve so the moon improves. Take this with me. Because if I'm going to vent off carbon dioxide off the furnace, then that would be good. So I'm going to have the filter plugged in, wrapped around the furnace. And the output's going to be a passive vent to blow it out into the Venus atmosphere. I could probably blow it through the Stirling for some extra power, but that's not where I'm going at the moment with that. So that's health. Not worried about the health. Okay, let's vacuum myself.
Low pressure. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical.
Okay.
Low pressure.
So, take that with me. I can bring some stuff with me. We're cool, right? We cool? We cool. Alright. Very good. So, yeah, okay. I could also, purge. Yeah, I don't want to freeze stuff. That's the problem. Yeah. 1 atmosphere. It's 183 degrees below. That would cool stuff, all right. I need more cobalt. I need more. Gets me every time. Luckily, I was kind of prepared for it this time. Copper. Oop. I need silicon for my plastic explosives. Okay, nothing in the queue. Open this up. What do we got? Oh, I don't have any silicon. I need to go get some silicon. Okay. That kind of sucks because I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Unless I've got some silicon in here. Oh, okay, good. I do have some silicon in here, but I do need to go mine silicon. Because I think I can only get 2 charges out of that. I don't want the constant tan. Mining charge. Iron. Oh, I didn't shove any iron in there? Silly me. What did I shove in there instead? Oh, copper. Alright, so this will get me 2 charges. So one of those, or both of those, got to be for silicon. Beautiful. It's empty. Is there anything I want to off-gas? Not really. Is it stellite that I wanted? Yeah, that was the stellite. The other one that I needed was Invar. And if I can make stellite, I should be able to make Invar. Although the temperature, pressure might be a thing. So that's 1 iron to 1 nickel. $1820 MPa. this was what, 10 to 20 megapascals, and yeah, so I got to make the stellite first, then it's got to cool down for the invar while maintaining the pressure. So that'll be a little bit trickier, but I think I might be able to pull that off. But that's only if I can find the cobalt I need. So chuck that in there, chuck that in there. Which iron and nickel. So this would make me invar if I wanted to do that. Yeah, so I need silicon out the wazoo. Air tank is kind of low. Let's maybe put a larger tank in there. Okay. I could always buy the liquid oxygen and just store it for now. And that might be primarily what I do. Okay, so I could actually start putting smart canisters in, right? Smart, yeah, that's how you smell smart. Oh my goodness. Smart canister. That takes copper, steel, silicon. I might do that. Of course, it doesn't necessarily help me because of materials. Okay, but 2 silicon. 2 silicon, good day. Silicon, if I could find cobalt, that'd be great. But silicon is the number one. I know there's a bunch over there, but kind of want to scout. There's silicon right here, but that's already inside of a hole. Whoa, that's a big hole. Okay, there's more nickel. Oh, there's lots of silicon. Oh, and cobalt. Perfect. So, silicon. And cobalt. And more cobalt right there. And more silicon right there. Excellent. And about due north. About due north. Which one was the hole? Was it left or right? Left or right? Is the right. It was the right. Okay. We still nope, we're still sucking. We're still sucking. Okay, we're still sucking. Maybe we're relaxing. I don't see any more. Oh, hang on. Can I see the bottom of the hole? Yep, okay. Those are settled. So we can grab it all up. Nom, 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 nom. Okay, that was productive. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Okay, and then this should be. Okay, that was coal. Okay. All right. Come on. Okay, due north. Due north was good enough. Okay, so now I've got silicon and lots of coal. Let me go ahead and chuck that in the generator because I think that would be helpful. Landing pad, I probably should go ahead and make the storage facilities for the liquid oxygen. Whoa! Ooh, that's okay, fair. 32, yeah, you know what, fine. Okay. So what do we got here? We got this right there. I guess I do need a frame. Guess I do need some frames, okay. We'll bring some frames out. Still got the stupid tank on me. for the pollutant. Okay. Okay. So, frames. And then that. Everything else is up to snuff and running, and you can export what we've got. That'll get me more biomass, liquid oxygen, cooling. This, that, the other thing. There's a whole bunch of things that could be done. Should be done. Maybe I should put that on. I need an APC right here. Which actually I could, you know what? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn you off. How are you doing? Yeah, okay, so we still got a little bit. Swap you out. There we go. Put more in. Got that. Landing pad atmosphere. Nah, it's electronics. It's electronics printer. So, landing pad atmospherics, copper and steel. Speaking of which, copper. I think that's what I wanted. Copper, steel, iron. Oh, silicon. Silicon. That's what I wanted. Okay. And I forget exactly what that dumps. Pollutant, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. Okay. And it's really cold. It's really cold. The pollutant, no, it shouldn't be going outside, so I don't know where it actually would have been going. I don't know. My arc furnace, so I got my transformer here. So it's in a box. I've got an active vent, and then I have a logic writer. And this pulls in this lever state, and it passes it to the activate variable of the arc furnace. And this works fairly well as long as I don't literally run out of power feeding the transformer. Otherwise, I've got to crack that open, turn it on, which is a pain in the butt. But this way, it empties out all the gas. Then when I'm done, I just simply turn off the transformer, which turns that off. It's simplified, but it works. It works. Okay, I don't need that yet. Silicon, I need that for more explosives. Copper. Okay, so what do we need? We need 2 silver, 2 cobalt. Okay. So I need a whole bunch of silicon. So let's do this. So I can make electrum. I can make electrum, that'll bring the temperature up. The silicon is going to have to be pre-processed. For sure. Yeah, I really wish that the basic logic chips had a far less power consumption, because realistically they would be better than having a computer doing everything. Gold and iron for Mining charges. I need silicon. Silicon up. Out the wazoo. Okay, so I have enough to do the filtering kit. What did I need for the atmospherics? Landing pad atmospherics was literally copper and steel. Well, there's copper. And the steel is right here. So let's get me that. And then when you're done, spit that out. Okay, I've got all the silicon I can make for now. Oh, the steel's sitting on top. Okay. So that'll get me my liquid output. Now steel into the pipe bender for silicon because I need insulated liquid pipes. Actually, I've got enough. I need a liquid tank. Insulated liquid tank. That's what I need. Drop you. And we'll just go ahead and pick you up and throw you in there. Excellent. We're looking good. We're looking good. I don't want to go mining in the dark. Take this with me. I will have a frame. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Yeah, I actually have a basic solar tracker up on the roof using basic chips. And other than my vertical component stopped working, which eventually I'll figure that out, it has served me very well. Swap those around. How am I doing on my water filter that I'm not using at the moment? That's good. Volatile filters, very good. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, good. That's right, I needed electrum. Okay, we're looking good. Temperature's looking really good. Oh, hi Casper kitty cat. 50% oxygen. That's why the temperature's down. Good. Alright, so I could actually increase this. I think I can safely do this and not kill the temperature in there. We'll find out. Yeah, hi Casper. Yeah. Looking for attention. My old lady. Yeah. Okay. I don't want you in my lap right now. Lay down, girl. Okay. Alright, so I need the chip for that, for a little bit of power savings. The nice thing that I do appreciate is that having an IC in these doesn't consume the 50 watts like a housing does. Which that adds up after a while. Okay, so I need daylight. But I've got everything that I need to do what I want to do, including filtration, enough wiring. I may not have enough heavy cable for that. Spit out the gold. Okay, there's the gold. Might as well switch that back to that. So we will use up all our gold for heavy cable. Wow. Don't get much more perfecter than that. Okay, so I got enough gold for a stack of electrum. Need cobalt, need silicon. Need silicon out the wazoo. Sure, nobody's heard that one. Daylight, daylight, come. 4 more. This will be enough cabling to get me what I need to do. Silicon, oh yeah. Silicon in here, that should give me my liquid tank. My insulated liquid tank. Insulated liquid tank. 5 copper. Guess what I don't have? I'm gonna chuck you in there and chuck you in there. Turn you on. Spit me out 5 copper. And then 1 copper. Can I reach? Oh, I can reach the lever from over here. Good. So the nice thing about having the regular furnace is it's a lot quicker for this kind of stuff. I didn't lose power or anything, right? Alright, just making sure. Just making sure. The nice thing about the filter, yeah, so it doesn't consume extra power. You've only got the 2 device pins, but that's not a challenge if you use the set batch name and different stuff like that. And one technique I found is for certain things, it makes sense to I was trying to make the copper, not the gold. It makes sense to, like in this case, I've got a stacker here. I have it named exactly what this is, so I go my cleanup script goes through, finds one of these devices, grabs the name hash, and then looks for a stacker with the name hash associated with it. So it can literally control that, and I don't even have to set it. The only thing I need to do is make sure that I name it correctly, so it's all the same. And that, as long as you just make sure you pay attention, it's very nice. And I tried doing that with when I get to the point where I'm putting pumps, volume pumps on filters to get them to work better. I name the pumps the same as the filtration unit, and I'll use dB for that one because it goes into the filtration unit. But that way I can turn volume pumps on and off on the outputs to keep it low restriction. And then, yeah, all that fun stuff. Okay, so I burned up like half of my oxygen just farting around, waiting for stuff, waiting for daylight. Now I've got daylight. There's oxygen. Alright, let's go. Let's go! Ready to go? Ready to go. Okay. So first things I'm going to do, we're going to do that. We are going to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Crap. I guess I need to do that. And I don't know if there's any more that I really want to do. Don't know. that, throw that out here, do this, and we're going to... Okay. Okay, and then this... Okay, there's that, pull this out. That's not what I wanted. Oh, I didn't, oh, there it is, okay. Landing pad, liquid output. This is how it's going to be. It actually looks like that will work. What do you want? Liquid. Oh, volume pump. Darn it, I didn't do that. Okay. I'm gonna drop a liquid tank. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna drop it. Oops. Nope, not that. Okay, drop this. There we go. Do that. I forgot to bring the pipes with me. That's okay. That is okay. I can turn that off. So filtration will go here. Okay. So more importantly than anything, I need that silicon. I need that cobalt. So we're going to run over here, drop some charges. Gold, probably not a bad idea. But there's... Okay. Oh, there's cobalt over there. So silicon here. Cobalt here. Coal. Make sure I stay away and don't get sucked in, because that would be bad. Is this my first hole? Yep, I think that is. There's some more cobalt right here. Oh, these two should be really close together. Okay, I still see air sucking in. Okay. The ores are no longer gyrating. That was pathetic.
Hunger caution.
Okay. Alright, that gets me a stack of cobalt. And then was it over the hill? Right here. This should be good. Oh, wow. Okay. Now that's what I like to see.
Waste tank caution.
Okay. That is a very, very beautiful thing. Okay. It was excellent. That was beautiful. There's more cobalt in this hole. Okay. So, I need more. I need that. Okay, 360. Let's go this way. Dodge all the holes. All the gigantic craters I just made. Hey, yes. Yep. Oxygen to methane. Yeah. That would be kind of funny if they did introduce some volatile into, well, into.
Waste tank critical.
Oh crap! Don't do that.
Temperature high.
Dum dum.
Temperature critical. Hydration critical.
Stupid.
Oxygen low.
Okay, so we are about there. We got all the stuff that I needed. Now up here, I can break this free. Let's chuck that there. Check that there. Okay. Hand drill, because we need to pull the cables out of it first. And then we're gonna not do that. We're gonna do this, pull that. Got that. And now do this. And we got that. Okay. So now we're gonna do filtration. Alright. Real good, Ben. Let's do that. Filtration, then we're gonna flip this around. We're gonna put those in there. Then we take this and shove it in there. And actually that was supposed to be a carbon dioxide filter. That's fine. Wrench. So you are going to be does this actually... It does connect directly there. Okay. Do this. And we can do this. And power to that. There we go. Uh, 50% of it is carbon dioxide. The temperature sucks. Unfiltered and input. Okay. Okay. Liquid volume pump for that side. Okay. Alright, well, you're ever so slowly bringing it down. I think I need a volume pump there. That's probably what the deal is there. So, I need a liquid volume pump. I need a regular volume pump. Okay. So, I need you. I don't need you now. Don't need you. Don't need you. Actually, yeah, I do need you though. Phase change device, area power controller, phase change device. Okay. Liquid volume pump. Volume pump, not cowl. Volume pump. So liquid volume pump, before I forget, iron, gold, copper. There's gold. There's iron. Not very much iron. Okay, so copper. Copper's number one. Okay, copper. And quite frankly, iron needs to be in that loop too.
Waste tank caution.
I need silicon. I need more silicon, so I need to make another trip out there for that. Excellent. What are we doing here? Pollutant? Yeah, we should fire this up. Okay, I would say, do I want to condense? Because, well, I don't have any way to exchange the heat. Condensation, you're going to be the hot side. This is the hot side, dang it. I got this backwards. I have this backwards because this is the cold side. Okay. Well, whatever. We will make it work. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that's good enough. I should actually... You know what? I should get the water in here first. That would make more sense. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense. So volume pump. Liquid volume pump requires more copper, which I don't quite have.
Hunger critical.
Yeah, I know. And some gold. Okay, we're almost there. There's the copper. Alright, next up is what? The iron, I think? Okay. Liquid volume pump. Then we want just a regular volume pump. That requires iron, which is in the process right now. And then when I'm done with that, then I'm going to print off some more mining charges. Oh, there is a copper in there. Doesn't need to be in there, but it's in there. Put it in here. Cold. It's cold.
Health low.
I gotta be careful of that temperature. Yeah, how many L's? Pollutant max 152. There it is. Okay. Yeah, stop. Okay, hopefully... I mean, if I do this, it's... Okay. There's nothing hooked up to it, so it's not going to... Okay, let's see, will that... That at least let it... Okay. Oh, that's incredible. Okay. Put it all into the liquid phase. Okay. Wait, you're not even on, right? So... Okay. Alright, I take that back. We can do this. That works. Okay. Iron. Volume pump. I think it was silicon after that. volume pump. And now insulated liquid line. Okay, that's so I can assemble that. Let's go ahead and start spitting that out. Okay, that'll let me finish up the outdoor activities here. Okay, 312, that's fine. To breathe. That'll work. Okay, let's go. Let's go! Okay, good to go. Let's jump outside. Oh, okay, yeah, that's just, okay, that makes sense. Let's turn you off for the moment. Because we do this. And volume pump. Guess what? It's going to be hooked up to... Not what I want it to be hooked up to, but... Well, actually, yeah, that's fine, I guess. Okay, I do this. And I do this. Does that just make this that much better? Yes. Colossal. Colossally better. Okay. Alright. We're good there. Now, you finish it up. Okay, pipe. Alright, first things first. Water! Bulk water. 1 liter is 12 bucks. This would be like 144 or 140 bucks. So that's more expensive, and that's ridiculously expensive. So one full tank at 10 megapascals, give or take, is like 210 moles. So 7 liters, so 50 bucks per canister. Okay. Okay, so 50 bucks. Let's then, if I do 20 liters, that gives me a handful. Okay, yeah, 20 liters. Let's do that. It's not a whole lot, but that will let me survive. Okay. One thing I do want to do is I want to...
Health critical.
Yeah, maybe I should deal with that. All this farting around. Yeah, I can sip water. Yep, that's fine. I won't die today. I will not die today. I refuse. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. We were waiting on the silicon anyway. Let's start this up. I need iron and gold. You don't have any of that. It's you. Nope. Gold. No iron. Okay, well, I'm not going to fiddle fart around with it. There we go. Take that off, take that off. Let's grab that. Take a sip of water. Okay, take a sip of water. Alright. This will prevent me from dying. Woohoo! Okay. Technically I could crack that open and get myself some more water, but I don't want to take it away from the plants. That's my policy. Actually, I should change that. I'm debating on changing that to a one-way, which actually I think is in this kit. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, there we go. Do it that way. Haha! So I can only go one way. Where no man has gone before. Okay. Now, get the water hooked up, bring it over. And then get liquid oxygen in that tank. Ship this guy out. Oh, I just realized spending all the money is going to create a problem if I just, you know what's exactly what's going to happen is I'm going to send this trader away, and the very next one is going to be a seed trader with switchgrass. I just know it. I just know it. Okay, turn you off. Okay, so actually, why is the temperature so low in here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why is the temperature so low? Huh. And it's falling. What? Wait a minute. Whoa. Hey, hang on. Why is the temperature going down? Okay. What? Are you still going down? Oh. Huh? What? That doesn't make any sense.
Low pressure. Oxygen low. Oxygen critical.
Okay. You shouldn't. Okay, hang on. All right, let's so. Your temperature is 110 degrees. Your temperature is going freaking crazy. I was gonna say, because I mean the. What are you doing? I don't want to turn this on because it's going to try and dump heat into it, and I don't want to. You're where you're supposed to be, so not exactly sure why that was super cooling. Okay, I'll let it sit that way for a little bit. Iron for that. Mining charge. I need 3 of these because I need primarily silicon. Okay, and then the steel can go ahead and go back into here. I need the silicon. Do I have anything behind this? Let's see. Do I have any oxygen in this pipe? I do not. Be a good opportunity. 1 or 2. Yeah, okay. I don't have to worry about volatiles condensing. That won't be a problem. Okay. Let's take this. Chuck that there. And bam. Perfect. pushing volatiles in here and pollutants, which are getting sucked
Waste
out.
tank caution.
Driving the temperature down here, which is excellent for when I finally have enough oxygen, which really won't take all that much. You're cold, right? Yeah, temperature's going up because I'm dumping a bunch of hot gas into you, but other than that. You're warm over here. Of course, this is going up because of the pressures. Whatever. You're off, right? Okay. That's the last one. Give me the silicon back. There we are. Very good, very good, very good. There is charcoal to go into the... Yeah, okay. Now I want liquid pipe. I could go up to 35, and I don't think I will need all that much. We are going to have to... Okay, that's the insulated side. I could get away with going with regular liquid pipe. But I guess the question there is how much does it cost? Just a little, not gas pipe. Liquid pipe. Half an iron. Okay, so it would be cheaper to... Okay. Just go regular liquid pipe. Okay. All right. Save a little bit. Do technically need a liquid volume pump. That should be enough. Hey. Okay. Alright, so the idea here is we're going to have a liquid pipe right there. And this is just temporary. Far more temporary than any other thing that I've been doing. There we go. Going to need this. Okay, so we're going to dump the water into the system. We're going to get the liquid oxygen. We're going to get the LOX. And then we'll send the trader away and hope for a seed trader sooner than later. And my goodness. Lots of emails. think since I'm going to be right outside the door, that will be enough for now. I am not going to make a mining run quite yet. Let's get this insulated liquid pipe going. Okay, has that come through yet? This is kind of ridiculous, but hey, guess what we're doing? Woo. Wow, that lines up perfectly. Imagine that. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so that gets us where we need to be with that. Right. Gold and silver. Silver and gold. Okay. Pull in just a little bit. Start off-gassing. Temperature's down too far. Oh, actually, that's perfect. What we need to make electrum. Oh, jeez, leave that on all the time. 810. I don't like. So we're convecting. Well, part of that. So that's the top of the furnace. So the furnace will lose heat as it goes, and that's fine. Okay. Alright, so we're no longer singing pipes. Get that. How are we doing? We are. Go ahead and throw that in there. And we're off gassing, so technically speaking, I could get further. More stuff off of that. Charcoal. Charcoal has pollutant and carbon dioxide. Neither of those I care about. Neither of those are useful. Okay, IC10. Gold, steel, solder. We're hooked up out there. That is not enough gold. Gold, steel, and it wants probably more gold. Yeah, more gold. Make sure we're good there. Alright, let's get the gold going. That's not how you do it. That's how you do it. Okay. Making gold. Making some oxygen to throw out there. Kind of wondering why the temperature's up so high. Sucking. Yeah, whatever. I'm not too concerned. You, however, how are we doing? 27. Okay, so now if I. You will pull down. And hopefully not go past that temperature. 50% oxygen at that level. Whoa, God, no. No, God. Well, how much did I just blow into there? Oh, Lord. I thought it went up in increments of 10. My bad. I should have remembered that. Okay, so the temperature's going down even though I should be throwing okay, that's fine. And I think the plants prefer, well, 75 I think is the Goldilocks area on the growth pressures. Okay, so there, I got that. Ready to go. Oh yes, let's pull this in. Yep, that's what I said I was going to do. Pull in the water. So we're going to have enough to be able to drink. Interestingly enough, the temperature is way down too. I don't understand exactly what's going on there, why that. I could use it to cool my O2 actually. That's funny. I'll use it to cool my O2. Turnabout, huh? Then again, it's only on the gaseous side. Yeah. Well, that'd be cooling my volatiles. Yeah, whatever. Oh, that's on that side. This is the side I should be looking at. Ah, whatever. Okay. Got a full can there. Empty can there. Still pulling the water out. Micromoles. Oh, that's okay. That's steam. Okay, so I need a purge valve. That's what I need. Right? Yeah, purge valve. I will throw that right there because I'm not going to need it for right now. I'm actually going to do this. It'll be a little stinker. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. That's because that's supposed to be gas pipe and not. Yeah. Okay. Yep. 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 Shh, 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 shh. Shh. I know. I know. This is what it's supposed to be. This will actually do exactly what I want it to do. Okay, decrease. Might take a while, but this will take it down to a vacuum completely. Yep, there we go. We will evaporate, we will boil rather. Evaporate, boil, same word. We'll empty this out completely. Dump it into here. We're condensing, going hot, but that's okay. We got enough volume over there. Won't be a problem. We've got lots of volatiles, not so much for oxygen. Alright, we are almost completely empty on this. I want to see it turn into nothing. And we'll go get the locks in the line. 20 liters, give or take, of water. This is showing empty. Excellent. Okay, take the purge valve, put it there. Then we do this. There we go. We've got this back where it was. Take this to, I'll go ahead and say 15 kPa, which is one higher than it was. And then that can go turn back on. And then now, strictly speaking, this will be liquid oxygen. Okay. Gold for, well, I don't need that right now. So let's go. Wait, yeah, this is what I wanted it for. So I want an IC10 down there. And outside. Okay, there's that. Good. What I want is pollutant. Do this. Do that. Confirm. Export. All right. Lodge at line 9. What a Cough, cough, cough. There we go. Idle. Okay. We're going to do the same thing, except this is going to have a define pressure minimum. And we're going to set for 40,000. Carbon dioxide input. And we're going to load R13. dB is going to be pressure input. So branch less than. If R13 is below the pressure minimum, wait. Set less than R13 pressure minimum. Pressure minimum, yeah, R13 is less than pressure minimum. Right, set greater than, input minimum. Set greater than, so the pressure has to be above minimum. So A needs to be bigger, or register 13 needs to be bigger than the minimum. So it needs to be above 40 megapascals. And set greater than, R15 needs to have an input greater than 0. So it has to have carbon dioxide, has to have pressure input, pressure. And so we're going to, and R11 is going to be R 12 and R14. So this will be the outside furnace. So that will work, and we will go get the liquid oxygen
Hydration
into the pipe. Right? Okay. We turn you on, and we turn you on. Maybe turn you on. Okay, so you're going to take it down to 40 megapascals. And you're going to take the carbon dioxide out. Now, arguably, well, I don't... Okay, I know the pressure's up there, but I feel like that pressure should, or the temperature should be up there higher. I feel like stuff is leaking into the frame or something. Something's not right. Okay. All right, liquid oxygen, we are going to buy 12 liters of, where do I want to, yeah, going to buy what we can. It's not a whole lot, actually. There we go. Thank you, sir, or madam, whatever you are. Should have done this. Okay. All right. We don't have the pressure, but this is empty. Okay, so now we got liquid oxygen in here. This is running. This is actually probably idle now. Yep, good. Okay. Very good. Awesome. So we got our liquid oxygen. Which is almost entirely okay, I guess 2/3 of it is liquid. Okay. Trying to think of how I could go about this. I think the easiest way would probably be to...
Hunger caution.
Well, we know it's oxygen, so I could just dump it into my oxygen line.
Power low.
Or I could even... Ooh, yeah, there's an idea. Another purge valve? Or do I just take this one temporarily? Because I don't think temperature's going to be a problem for a while. Yeah, okay, so let's grab you. We're going to do the same thing, except we're going to dump this straight into the oxygen line. If it ever goes the way I want it to. There we go. And gas pipe, that, no, okay, that's, oh, there we go. Perfect. Do I want to do it this way? Or do I want to do it... you know, it'd probably make more sense to actually put it into this side. Okay, the vapor pressure is at 10 kilopascals. So if I do this... Dummy! Purge valve, silly. There we go. Now, let's try that again. Okay. Yeah, don't need to dump that much cold into... That's very... Oh. Okay. Kind of all over the map. What if I decrease it by just a little bit more? Am I filling? Yeah, I am filling, so... Okay, I'm no longer filling. So now at this point we are cooling the volatiles. The volatiles actually have a lot of... Okay. Yeah, there's not really that much mass there. So cooling the volatiles that are at a pretty reasonably high temperature. I think I will turn this on
Health low.
just to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now problem could be is that this gets too cold and I freeze. I am condensing out everything here, so that shouldn't be a problem. So that potentially could be an issue. So that's why I want to babysit this as much as I can, which is easier said than done because I don't have any power coming into the system. But this will be kind of a self-feeding loop in a way. Although it doesn't matter because I'm taking temperature out of the volatiles. And once I have enough pressure, I will be dumping oxygen into the loop. Oh, I am almost out of liquid, I think. Let me go check and make sure I didn't blow a pipe, because that would kind of suck. Okay. Actually, what's interesting is it's not showing any stress or anything like that. There is some freezing going on. Oh, this is almost no pressure in there. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. I think we're okay. Alright, that kind of had me concerned, but I think we're good. Okay, very good. So we got a little bit of oxygen. I think it ended up being like a tank and a half. So now we need to find a seed trader that's got switchgrass, but we're going to have to make a little bit of money prior to, so we can buy the switchgrass. And this is almost completely empty. Okay, I'm not even going to bother with that, because we're not going to get up to that pressure. Okay, so almost an entire tank. Yeah, so what do I got this filled up to? 200 mole exactly. Okay. Okay, so you are virtually empty, so I will go ahead and shut this off because it doesn't do me good. Temperature here can fall, but that's okay. Yeah, because now it's going to be throwing more energy into the pipe as it condenses. And then this will, yeah, okay. So I think we're good. I will keep an eye on it though, just in case. Okay, yep, we're out of power for good. For now, not for good, for sure. So I should, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna throw some coal in. There we go. Jeez, can't click the button. Okay. Check the trader. Hope for, well, not a seed trader, but watch it. Mark my words. Nebula nuggets. Now, that sounds like a miner. So they might want a cardboard box with some stuff, but we'll see about calling them down. I have died twice, I think. I did manage to get a liquid trader in for a little bit of water, like 20 liters of water, something like that. And I bought some oxygen off of him, so we're in good hands, better hands, anyway. So I managed to survive like 4 days in a row. 17. I think we basically had it. 13 watts. Okay, so we're gonna go over to right about here, and let's go up. No. Down. Now I haven't built Bullet Bell yet, although I got enough volatiles. The oxygen, I think, is actually my limitation factor now. I definitely have volatiles for now. That's one of the nice things. I've been calling down these traders, and they've been selling their garbage to me. So I should make a vending machine. Doesn't even have to be refrigerated. Just needs to be a vending machine. Hello. Okay. Yeah. You selling me stuff? Oh, junk ore. I could centrifuge it. I could. If I had a refrigerated, I could buy 6, which actually is a. That's almost a tank. 6 oxide would be like a full kit and caboodle. I can't do any of that. I could technically do that for $50. Maybe. Okay, so that's probably what I'll do.
Health critical.
Go feed myself. Yeah, okay. I'll write myself some notes for tomorrow. Whoop. Okay. But I won't get focused in on that. I don't want to die of any silly stuff here. Okay, there we go. We're looking good. Pressure's up where I want it to be. Take that off. French fries. Oh, right. There we go. Very good. Excellent. Okay. And the temperature's not running away in here in the run. Well, actually, it's still cold. And why? It's almost like that air conditioner is stuck on. Maybe I need to reset the... Yeah, maybe there's a bug. Maybe it thinks it's at a different temperature than it really is.
Health low.
So I'm going to write a note for myself to check that tomorrow. Because I don't need to be freezing the plants out. Although I think they're okay with it. Well, especially since they're not growing. I'm not too concerned about that. But, wow. Potato. What is your ideal grow temperature? 20 degrees. Okay, so we're going sub-ideal grow temperature. Okay. Yep, okay. So we'll figure that one out tomorrow. Temp and greenhouse. What the heck is going on? Because it is getting freaking cold. Okay, so I think that's a good spot to call it for the night. So we've got about 20 days worth of water freely available to us. The plants have like 4 liters of water, so they're good. And we've got oxygen is okay. Needs to be better, but we need a seed trader and switchgrass. And I can start going hog wild on the plants, which, before I forget, switchgrass. Okay. Fern. Okay, fern is actually better for oxygen, so there's a good incentive for having more ferns. More ferns. Oh, the temperature's going back up. So I think that thinks it's stuck at 20. That's going to be my guess. $20C AC. Yeah. I think that maybe that'll help me. So yeah. Oops. Now, yeah, so I knew this one was a lot better. I have actually never seen this, so I'm assuming you have to have maybe a 9x9 or something. I've never actually seen it. This fern. I do like the fact that it can survive up to 1200 degrees centigrade. I mean, it's okay, an O2 hanger. Okay, so that will be something to get. Yeah, okay. Yep, that makes sense. Have to have a pressurized hanger. So that'll be something fun to play with at some point. But I think, yeah, next time, I think I'm going to go ahead and try tackling my oxygen problem, because that's probably a bigger concern than my water at the moment. And once I start making a bunch of plants, then I can do my best at making water. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I'm limited by my oxygen, not my volatiles at the moment. So. Yes, Cerulean traders would be interesting, and might be. Well, it could even the droids too. Well, I guess they're technically all droids, but have it where they need some kind of power hookup or something. That would be kind of neat. But so, woo, gonna do that. So, all right, that's a good place to call it for tonight. So I would like to thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you next time.